What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me. It's your boy Newbie. Beautiful day, lots of heat. Oh my God, it's too hot where I am. So thank you for joining us. Today I got a fun one. We're gonna be talking some villains. I feel like we're usually talking about good guys, so we're gonna be talking about villains. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel and you're new, don't forget to hit the subscribe, like, and the notification bell. For those of you that don't know, I have a 2-book giveaway when I reach 750 subscribers, both newsstand edition, both good condition books. First appearance of Bishop and first cameo appearance of Gambit. Some people will say it is the first appearance. I do not believe so, but never the case. Guys, I'm giving both these books away, so don't forget to hit the subscribe. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to bring in my guests. First guest I got is Mr. Freeze.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
What's going on, man? Hungry or what?
Oh, not much, man. Just something. Yeah, buddy. Just smoking some ice cream real quick.
All right, brother. And for the rest, whoa, my English there. And for my second guest, you guys already know him. He's one of my good buddies, Mr. Key Issue, Mr. Keon himself. What is going on?
Nothing much, Joel. How about you?
I'm good. So we want to apologize to Burke right off the bat. I know he's going at the same time as I am. So if you guys are watching both, I totally appreciate it. Make sure you guys support both. Actually, it's funny because me and Keon just went off and went to go look at a collection before this. Keys, I know you have some books you want to show off.
Buddy, I'm ready. All right, so this one's probably not the most hype, but I'm a sucker for old Image comics, and I couldn't pass it up. It is a Wildcats first issue, you know what I'm saying, in great condition, okay? That's some 90s nostalgia, possibly older. But I'm also a sucker for Deadpool. I'm not repping the shirt today, so I picked up the second appearance of Deadpool, but the first appearance of Garrison Kane. That is X-Force #2, and it is in crisp condition. So I'm pretty pumped for that. Just for like my own collection, obviously. All right, Into the Spider-Verse 2 is coming, and if you've seen the movie, you know the last post-credit scene there featured a version of Spider-Man that's very near and dear to myself. And I didn't have the book, but I found an issue 1, Spider-Man 2099. Now, I know it's not the first appearance, but still something I'm pumped for. Hopefully this character grows because he deserves notoriety. You know what I'm saying? So the list goes on here, man, because it was crazy hunt today. So we have The Amazing Spider-Man, issue 30. Not the OG series, newest series here. This is the first appearance of someone that I believe will be the main threat in the second Into the Spider-Verse movie, and possibly come into the PlayStation 5 game. His name is Merlin. First appearance. It's relatively cheap. It's newer. And it's something I'm kind of hoping for, and I just have a good feeling about this one. But speaking about villains, we came out like a criminal today, and I could not pass this up. If you are collecting anything to do with Carnage, you want this issue. This is Amazing Spider-Man 344. Could not pass this up. It's in beautiful condition. It's the first appearance of Cletus Cassidy. And outside of the hunt, Newbie, I had to steal this off of the seller online. The second I heard the release of the PlayStation 5, I couldn't afford the big boy comic. I couldn't afford Ultimate Fallout 4.
663?
But I picked up for a steal, literally an hour after the game was announced, that all-new Spider-Man #1 polybag, unopened, and it just came in today. So your boy is so pumped right now because this is key. This is gonna blow up. This is a key issue, and that's my haul for today.
I think it's noteworthy to kind of bring up the collection that we went to go see. The guy had that book, and he was trying to sell the whole collection for what? I think it was 150 Canadian.
150. I've seen this book jump up within the past 2 weeks to over 100 just for the one book alone.
And I remember you told me you picked it up like the night before. I remember you were so happy, and you were actually nervous, thinking that the guy wouldn't send it to you because there was no track.
Honestly, it was a steal, man. I felt kind of bad, but it is what it is.
All right, so those were the books. I'm gonna just go into the chat real quick. FaceTime, you got the gold medal. Chris, silver medal. What's going on, brother? Keon gets the bronze medal. Not really. Evan, what's going on? Thanks for joining, brother. Hillbilly, what's going on? ICT. Vinny, what's going on, brother? Jordan, that's not protein, Mr. Freeze. Yeah, no kidding. Rob,
give me a break.
I got to connect with you. I got an idea. I know this week's been a little crazy, but we'll definitely connect. I got to reach out to you. Dun, 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 dun. Kate Titus, man, this guy shows up to everything. This is one of the good guys in the community. Thanks for joining, brother. I really appreciate it. FaceTime, Spidey 2099 is dope. Yes. There was first appearance of Spider-Man 2099. However, it was bad condition. I didn't feel comfortable letting Mr. Kiyishu here walk away with it, so we kind of just left it there. It was probably like I want to say 5.5 around there. I think it's worth. Yeah,
I was generous.
Yeah, I think it's confusing too because just it is a black cover, but it's got those webs going in the background. And sometimes when you get to the corners, it's really hard to tell if it's the corner that's dinged up or if it's just the web. So, yeah. Let's see here. Yep. Image Comics was my era. Savage card.
Wildcats.
Yeah, Wildcats. Yeah. If you want to talk Wildcats, Keon is a big Spawn and Wildcats guy. Deke, what's going on, brother? Thank you for joining. If you haven't already checked it out, I've dropped a link in my Instagram. I just had an interview with this guy. This guy's one of the good guys in podcasts, interviews, things like that. Definitely check him out. Sub up, everything. He's got a lot of good guests. So definitely check him out. All right, guys. I really think it's time to start our list. So today we're going to talk about some villains. I think it's pretty cool because we're usually always talking about the good guys. We're not really giving the bad guys any props. So who wants to go first?
Oh, Mr. Freeze, you
I'll
can
go.
do the honor, buddy.
Well, number 5, Mr. Freeze, top villains. Let's hear it.
Okay, so mine are in no particular order.
Okay.
I'm just going to start off with this one. It's going to be Magneto.
Oh, come on. That deserves higher. But all right, I see you with the no particular order. I see you.
Again, no particular order.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so I'm not saying he's like the lowest of like 5, but he's just because he was probably the first villain that I was introduced to through that first X-Men movie, and I think it was like 2000 and 2001.
Now,
so yeah, rocking with Magneto first.
The thing with Magneto, I was talking to Sana. She kind of threw this at me. I don't really view Magneto as a villain. Like the older I got, the more I'm like, you know what? I don't really think he was a villain.
Man, right? Okay, so he's like modeled after the Malcolm X approach to a movement, if you will. Except, the man made Genosha to save the mutants. He's all about mutants. I wouldn't say he's like a full. I think he's like one of those villains that you can get behind. You can really relate to. Like the best villains are those that like you kind of have a soft spot for because they're either like hurting or they have such great motives.
Yeah,
I think he's one of that. He's easily actually he was my second. I won't lie. That was number 2 on my list. Man, I mean he's responsible for what? Quick.
Ooh, this could be this. Yeah. This could be a whole.
Okay. Hold up. X-Men 2 when he broke out of that plastic jail. That was the most badass Magneto scene that we got on film. That was amazing, man. He's floating with the 2 marbles.
I prefer Fassbender though. I just think that they showed him off like super like There's that one movie where he's like in like the World War II and he's like, he's getting that like Nazi and like all that stuff going on. Like, I don't know if they've ever really done Magneto properly. I hope with the new stuff, maybe they do. Because yeah, I don't know. The older I've gotten and when Sana told me that, I was just like, you know what? Yeah, I don't see him as a villain anymore. I don't know why.
See, because they didn't let younger him loose and actually do him justice, I gotta say the OG, we gotta go with the veteran, the hardened Sir Ian. We have to, man. I mean, he was collected, he was cool. He was just a perfect villain, man. He captured every moment he was on screen, he captured.
Key is 100% on that Magneto scene. Yeah, he's preaching. All right, so Keys, speaking about you,
yes.
You have it, your number 5, brother.
Buddy, number 5. Okay, bear with me on this one.
Are yours in order, though? Are yours in order, or are they like Dylan's just all over the place?
Somewhat in order, in order. Now, bear with me on this one. Firstly, this is a key issue exclusive. Your boy is wearing sleeves on your show.
Yeah.
If any of you live stream chat members want to send Joel like a cutoff for me to wear, because I'm running out of cutoffs. I'm running out. That would be awesome. So be a plug. Send him the stuff. Let me rep that. So, number 5. What season is it, boys? It's patio season, yeah? It's summertime. You hit up a patio. You're about to sit down, eating food, okay? You don't have any sauce nor ketchup at your table. So you go over to a next table, and you try and take that ketchup. No ketchup there either, okay? Follow me. You go to Costco. You pick up a cheap hot dog. $1.50 here in Canada. Not too sure what America's saying. They don't put anything on your hot dog. Do you want to eat that hot dog?
We're talking about villains.
No.
Though. You know that, right?
Villains.
Okay.
So at my number 5, this man will not. He has no physical like prowess. Okay. He's not the biggest threat. He is just a major inconvenience. And you know my lists are always have that one wild spot. Condiment King is my number 5. Because this man is stealing all the sauce. That's it. That's my boy. Condiment man.
Chris actually posted it before you actually said it. So
no way.
Yeah.
No sauces, no condiments. Okay, let's say you're really allergic to mustard. You get sprayed down with mustard, bro. You're gonna bust out in all types of hives. You're gonna have horrible allergic reaction. That's the king, bro. That is the king of inconveniences. He will ruin your day. Your life might not be ruined, but that one day will be, bro. And that's why he's number 5, because you think of the worst super villains, he always comes up. And because he's so bad, number 5, key issue exclusive.
Chris, I might have a higher Tuesday position if you're interested.
Man.
What's going on, Jeff?
You guys are just jealous of the king.
Here in Niagara Falls, we're sending love to you guys as well. All right, guys. So I guess it's going to come down to my number 5 right now. My number 5 might surprise some people, but my number 5 is Shredder.
Oh, I could get behind that.
Yeah,
I could get behind that.
I don't really like the way they did him. The way they did him in the last couple movies with Megan Fox. In that one movie, I think he just like he comes out of something and then he gets like beat by that other creature like super quick. I don't think they really capitalized on him like they did.
He wasn't doing it.
Yeah, like how they used to do him in like the late 80s, early 90s movies. So I think when they start to reboot it and things like that, we could see like a new Shredder, a new badass Shredder for sure.
Oh, yeah, I relish the fact that they didn't do them proper in the new ones. You notice that pun? That's a Condiment King pun, baby. Relish. Catch up on these puns.
Yeah, I also think that Shredder, regardless of how bad how he's been represented, like in the last couple movies, he's still an iconic figure. You still think of the Turtles, you still think of Shredder, like automatically. It's just like 1-2 kind of thing. So yeah, I definitely put him at number 5. And I grew up a big Ninja Turtles fan, cartoons and everything when I was little. My mom has a picture of me with like Ninja Turtles bedding and pajamas and everything like that. So yeah, I grew up a Turtles fan. And I think Dylan might have been at one of my surprise parties when I was like a younger guy. I think like 28 or something. And my mom actually put a lot of Ninja Turtles stuff and all that. So yeah, All right, Freeze.
Wow.
4.
Yeah.
Your 4th villain.
My number 4 is Shredder.
Are you serious? Oh,
Wow. Are you? Whoa.
wow. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm an animated movie.
yeah. He was one of my favorite growing up too.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie. I have not.
Keon,
I was gonna announce him a little bit later, but
yeah.
because
Do
you
you have
mentioned
like
him, I'm going.
do you
Yeah,
have
honorable mention.
honorable mention at all? Like, so you could like talk about another character or what?
Do I have an honorable mention?
Yeah. Is his thing like lagging or what?
Oh wait,
I have a few.
Okay.
that's
I was gonna
that's
go
a
with
superpower.
Mr.
Freeze, baby.
All right. Do you have
I am lagging a little bit.
okay.
Either me or you.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah. All right.
Cold.
You have what's your? Are we at number 4?
Number 4. So for number 4, everyone always says the superhero is as good as their villain. And to be honest, I don't like villains that are a complete ripoff of a superhero. Like, for instance,
You're not wrong.
Ironmonger. You know what I'm saying? It's like a complete ripoff of Iron Man. But this one is different for me. You love him. I love him.
I do.
He's number 4. Oh yeah, you do. I do. Big fan. Big fan. This is huge hint. Huge hint here. I got to go with Venom as a villain, not an anti-hero. Let's ignore the anti-hero stuff. Venom. He has the physical prowess. He is huge, powerful, but sneak. He has the stealth as well. When he was first introduced, he hunted down Spider-Man, like to a degree further than Kraven. Like, it was insane. Every scene that he was in, every panel that he was in, when he first came out, was just fear because the spider sense couldn't pick him up. Both the suit and Eddie Brock hated Peter Parker and Spider-Man respectively, so it was like a double whammy. He's responsible for Carnage and a bunch of other offsprings. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's my number 4, man. And I mean, the Eddie Brock pairing is probably the way I go. The other ones they're notable. They're notable, but you can't beat the OG.
Yeah, I guess in the little, like from the earlier Spider-Man when Venom got introduced, I mean, I guess you could say he was a villain there. However, he only showed up maybe like 5 minutes of actual screen time, right? He was done terribly.
Oh yeah.
You know, and not to sound gross, but like the iconic just tongue, right? Like they kind of just look like Spider-Man, but with just like he could just talk. There was no tongue. There was no nothing. He wasn't. Like you said, right? Like when Eddie Brock takes over, he is like jacked. Like he's tall, he's big, things like that. So they didn't really capitalize on a lot of things. When they did it with Tom Hardy in the Sony one, I think that they capitalized perfect. However, he wasn't. He was already introduced as an anti-hero. So I think moving forward, we're not really going to see him as a villain. I think they're setting it up for just Carnage being the villain, and Venom always just being the anti-hero right from the start.
I mean, without Venom, we wouldn't have got Carnage. So that's why he's up on my list, man.
Yeah, Jordan. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that first introduction, dark.
Yeah, and I actually saw pictures of it with what's the guy? Topher Grace, the guy from that '70s show that played him. Yeah, it was just done terribly, man. Because like I said, there was no tongue. He wasn't big. He wasn't jacked. He wasn't even powerful at all.
Nope.
You know, so yeah, it wasn't one of my favorites, but nevertheless, I mean, I'm glad they're doing them better now, and with Carnage and possibly crossing over to whatever Disney's doing. It would be kind of cool because Venom is an iconic character, a very popular character. You guys know how I feel about him. I think he's like number 2 on my list, so it's perfect. All right, Freeze, number 4? No, 3.
3 boys.
3.
Okay.
Number 3. The sworn enemy to the leader of the Autobots. It is going to be Megatron.
Wow.
He is my number 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's left field. Yeah, for sure. Wow. And we just passed the whole collection of Transformers.
Yeah. Love the Transformers going on.
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
I was gonna say, he's badass for sure, except I don't know. I'm not really a fan of the Transformer movies anymore. I think that once they start switching characters, like they
I
went
love the not the movies.
Mark Wahlberg and things like that. Like I like characters that it's just like let's have the character throughout, right? I kind of feel like I don't know what the hell's going on with the Transformer
movies were garbage. I can say that.
Yeah. And I think they have 1 or 2 more coming out, correct? I could be wrong. I think the 1 is coming out for sure.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
So like a sequel to Bumblebee? Like what was this one going to be? I
like characters that, it's just like let's have
Bumblebee was good.
Right? I kind of feel like I don't know what the hell's going on. What the fuck? Sorry. Oh, PG.
Oh.
PG, buddy.
PG. Sorry, I clicked something.
Keon, he just said a bad language.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of those Transformer movies as I once was. I don't know. It's just been too long. I don't know where Optimus Prime is or anything like that anymore. I think the last time we saw him, he like took the sword and took that. I forget what it was, and he just went to space.
Oh, that was stupid.
We can all agree the movies were terrible.
Yeah, absolutely.
The first one was good. First one was decent.
First one was good. Yeah, I know it has nothing to do with it, but Bumblebee, I mean, it wasn't terrible, but at the same time, it wasn't like, jaw dropping or like, I'd probably go see it again kind of thing. So
I was more of a Beast Wars man myself. So
yeah, Beast Wars.
Yeah, that was where it's at.
Megatron was
dope. The T-Rex, no?
Man, it's a reboot. Is it a reboot? Did they ever try to do that? I can't remember.
See, I haven't even invested that much time to even
Beast Wars will redeem Transformers. Yeah, you know what I used to think was cool about the Beast Wars 2 is when Optimus Prime eventually kind of turns into that gorilla with the surfboard or whatever. I always thought that was cool. I always thought it was badass. I don't know why. I just thought it was badass.
So cool.
Cheetor was one of my dude, but hey. Or Rat Trap. Rat Trap was unreal.
Yeah. Oh. Rhinox, I think, was one. Dinobot. Things
Facts.
like that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Black Arachnia. Yeah,
Black Arachnia. White Tiger or Tigertron, I think.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, my God. All right.
So at my number 3, right? We're at number 3? Number 3? Okay. My number 3.
Number 3.
Is Carnage.
Oh.
Yeah. My number 3 is Carnage. I think he's badass. I think if they do it properly, where they do it like 18A, I think
hard R.
I think that was always my problem with it, is the fact that Carnage is a serial killer. He kills, he does all that stuff, right? So I don't want to see like some PG-13 or G rated movie. I don't know if they've put out what the movie is already, but I can't see it being like PG-13 kind of thing. Like I think we're gonna have to see blood, because that's just the way the character is. And Sony's already hit on they see what happens with like your Deadpool, with your old man Logan, like how it doesn't have to be gross, but at the same time we have to like give homage to what the character is, right? Like Carnage is a bad person, he's a serial killer, so I hope they do him justice like that. But yeah, number 3, my villain is Carnage.
I have to agree. If I didn't pick up Venom, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I have to agree with Carnage. But I think they need that sickness. They need that raunchy. Exactly, I mean, if you read Carnage USA, they have a backstory when he was a kid, murdering his pet, setting up to kill his grandparent. I think it was his grandma. I'm not mistaken. It's been like 2 years since I read it. So, yeah, man, he was a sick individual. So they need to do it justice. I'm hoping, I'm praying this movie's done right, man, because it's all of our favorite characters in one movie here. We need this.
Now they got Venom. They got they got Carnage coming.
Shriek. They have Shriek.
Do you think we're gonna see like more symbiotes come, or even Null?
See, no, because
too early to say.
Pardon?
Is that too early to say, to like have more symbiotes and have Null come in and things like that?
I think it's too early to say. I mean, the last movie we had what? We had Riot. We had a bunch of other ones.
I think it was Riot. I think Toxin is the one that like runs away and nobody sees, because I think.
Or is that Screech?
I don't know. I think it was Yellow. So I don't know.
Which is Screech, no? Screech is like a
remember.
yellow.
It could be, yeah, it could be. So I mean, I might have to go rewatch that, but I remember there's one not accounted for, and I was always like, "Okay, which one's that?"
I
always thought
the rabbit one.
Yeah, I always thought it was Toxin.
Oh, see, now I thought it was Screech, man. That was my thing, but could be wrong. But like, you see how they had a bunch of them in that movie, and they kind of just one and done.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're gonna. I would love to see an anti-venom, but that's a hard one to pull in. That's a hard one. You got what? Toxin, poison. You got so many. Man.
I think in like popularity sense, I mean, the third one would be Toxin. I would say. I think Anti-Venom. I mean, that's just a new character. I think 2011, 2012, around there, it just got introduced. So I don't see them jumping on that right away. However, you have to remember, I think Eddie Brock does become Anti-Venom, and then I think it's somebody else as well. So, you know, I don't know. I can't see it yet.
What they can do actually is, because Shriek's in the movie, which means that she's probably already in the psych ward. You know what I'm saying? One of the doctors, I forget her name off the top of my head, she actually, the Carnage symbiote, to get back to Cassidy, goes on Shriek's psychiatrist, who has an amputated arm.
Yeah.
And her name's Scorn. And the symbiote drops an offspring on the amputated arm, like the prosthetic arm.
Okay.
And goes back to Cletus. So that new symbiote Scorn becomes a villain in itself, and she can like integrate with technology. She can hack things. She can change her arm and like morph into different weapons. She can like take technology and add it to her arm. Scorn is wicked, and I hope at least the Doctor makes a cameo appearance in this movie.
I think I heard something along the lines that they would bring in the Doctor, and they were really going to focus on. I always butcher this. The name. What's the Shriek? Yeah,
Shriek.
I think they might capitalize on it. Honestly, I remember before that trailer came out for like Let There Be Carnage and all that. That book was like $5 to $10, like near mint, raw, not slab. I remember that book being super cheap. I remember passing it along so many times, and now I mean. I was even there like 2 months ago in May when it was like a $20 book for a very sharp copy, and now you're looking at like 9/8, even raw, going for almost $100. I know 9/8.
Just to be clear,
what?
Which issue? Just to be clear,
it's Spider-Man Unlimited #1. It's
okay.
the one where like
I have that. Yeah.
So it's the one with like Carnage is like the focal point, and then Spider-Man's kind of small. It's almost like Carnage is chasing him, things like that. But yeah, I remember that book being like, you know, a book you could probably find in a dollar bin at points. Like I said, I remember last year looking at it. I remember back in May before it was gaining traction too. Again, it was a book that you could get for like $20. Now a raw 9/8, I think, you know, I don't know. You just paid for one, so you'd probably.
I got that at a steal, man. I want you to kind of look at it and grade it, but it's a high grade for sure, buddy. Yeah. Like. Oh, picked it up mad cheap. It was an auction, last second auction, and I just. Whoop.
I think I was part of, because I usually check out My Comic Shop. I know I talk about them a lot. I'm not sponsored by them at all, so don't, you know, there's no newbie code to get some percentage off. But I like sometimes their prices over, you know, other places. I remember, you know, some of the auctions in May, they had a 9/8, and I think they were going for like $50, $60 American, and now I mean I think there was one 2 weeks ago, and it went I think like 130, something like that. But they were like 9/6s, 9/8s, a little bit higher. I don't know. You know, usually once the price gets too high for me, I just stop watching it and then it goes away. So, you know, it is what it is. But you know, you could say that about so many books. You pass by them, you know, here and there. Like Inhumans 5. I remember telling Freeze about that book, you know, a few months ago, and you know. Now it is what it is, right? So
yeah.
All right, Freeze, number 3, right? 2.
Oh wait,
2.
3. I haven't gone yet. I haven't said my 3 yet, bro.
Yeah, he hasn't gone yet.
Yeah, come on now. Key issue. So
once I get the sponsorship, I promise I'll give them to you.
Hey man,
Amir, what's going on, brother?
Hey.
So
we're gonna have to go with. Yeah, we're at 3. This is a hard one. This was a hard one, and we'll probably talk about it later why I went this route. This is the complete opposite of this little pretty boy superhero that I don't like. I despise. You're gonna hate me. I despise the superhero, but I have to give respect to his villain, who's the polar opposite of this man. We're gonna have to go with the cocky, bald Bruce Wayne, the rich, charismatic, cunning business tycoon Lex Luthor, and his struggle. Yeah, the bald Bruce Wayne, boys, the bald Bruce Wayne, and his effort to bring down Superman. Now, you got to give this man props for an average person who literally his superpowers just drop a thick wallet on you. He stood a pretty good chance.
Okay, and I don't know if, I'm hoping people in the chat or just people watching this later on will know who I'm talking about. Every time I think of Lex Luthor, I think of that guy in Gargoyles, the same style. He's not bald, but he's rich. He's always trying to throw money down. He's always got those bots that kind of just make him like a gargoyle or whatever. Yeah, it's like so. Right? I don't know. I just always put those two characters together. What's up, Carlito?
What's going on?
Yeah,
this
I don't know.
Stockpiled.
I'm not huge on Lex Luthor. You guys know I'm not big on Superman stuff.
But you gotta respect his grind, man. This man grind hard.
What's the guy that plays Jesse Eisenberg? I think he plays.
Yeah, that was weird.
Is he? He's not bald in that either. They like butchered.
He goes bald in the end.
Oh, he does
in the end. Yeah, he shaves his head. Yeah,
okay, yeah.
He thought he was playing Riddler at first.
He's in the jail, and then yeah. That's I don't know. I've just never been a Lex guy. I don't know. We should probably do a segment on
Lex Luthor from Smallville is the GOAT.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not bad. That's not bad, man.
He was cool. I liked him.
Yeah,
that's number 3 though. That's like,
you know what? I gotta make
easy number 3.
Here. I gotta make a confession here, but I've never watched Smallville.
Really?
I'm not that surprised coming from you, bro. I'm not that surprised.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I don't know. I think that show was in like high school for me, so I was just too busy with other stuff. I guess I don't know.
It wasn't bad. Yeah. It wasn't. I'm not even a superhero fan. Superman fan. It wasn't bad. And
it was good. I liked it.
I've got a question here. Didn't Lex create Asmo?
It was
Amazo,
or is it Metallo? Amazo, one of the two. I keep forgetting which one.
And the Justice League show, right? Keon might remember that.
Yeah, he's created a bunch of things, little cyborgs and whatnot. He has a bunch of
characters. I just realized that there's always like a villain that just has money, or there's like a hero who has money. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
That's why I said the Bruce Wayne, bro. It's Bruce Wayne, baby.
I think
a savage version.
I think in the way for Lex Luthor though, like your arch enemy is kind of Superman. The only way you're gonna like get rid of him is kryptonite. You know what I mean? So
he beats him with charisma. He beats him like he takes down Superman's morals. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a cunning dude.
My roommate used to watch it, so I caught glimpses, but never said. Yeah, man, I don't know. I've never watched that. I've never watched Inhumans. DC. DC.
Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah, that one.
Trash.
Terrible.
You know what? Those shows should probably be villain number 1.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I just know personally from like a comic book collecting aspect of things, right? The way they did Inhumans, I remember that book, like everybody was after that book. I think it was Fantastic Four 48. I think it was. It was the first appearance of Inhumans. I remember, even myself included, I was trying to get that book like crazy. And when that show dropped, how crappy it did. People were like, even now, you can find that book for like, affordable. Everyone's got a different price for affordable. But for me to be able to get that book at a good grade, already slabbed for like $100 or less, it's a joke, especially because it's Fantastic Four. They should have redid that a long way. Yeah, FaceTime. Yeah, I hope that one day maybe they do it again, but with everything that they shoulda, coulda, woulda. You never know. I'm more worried about them doing Fantastic Four properly first. I love the cameos in Arrowverse. Yeah. You know what? The Green Arrow was probably the best show before, say, like Punisher and Daredevil came along, I would say.
Probably.
First two seasons. The first 2 seasons, yeah.
With Smallville, we waited 10 years to see a guy. Everyone knows. Yeah. Yeah, that's true, right? Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, harsh. You know, I mean, hey, people still watch, right, for 10 years. So, you know, who knows? All right.
It was a good show.
Yeah, like I said, I've never seen it, so I don't know. I just remember the chick from that show got arrested for like being in some like that cult that like brought in women. I don't know. They did this thing on, I think, Ancient Aliens on about it. Yeah, that's the only thing I know about the show is they had a chick that, you know, did everything like that. What's going on, Austin? How you doing, brother? Thank you for joining us. All right, so Freeze, we are down to your second villain. Who do you got?
Dr. Doom, buddy. Dr. Doom.
Oh,
number 2. You guys can agree with that, no?
I just don't resonate with him. I don't.
Really done him properly, right? Like, I mean, okay,
like as a character.
Let's
yes, true.
When we talk about Dr. Doom, I always bring this up. Okay, I always bring this up. In the first one, he's Dr. Doom. He's badass. You know, things happen. He gets basically destroyed, and he gets metalized in that thing. Okay,
that was
yeah.
Okay, let me stop you right there, though.
Yeah.
I'm not talking Dr. Doom from the movies. I'm talking comic book version Dr. Doom.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Great character, villain Dr. Doom. Okay. The movies, I can agree with you on the movies because I don't even want to talk about those.
But finishing in the movie sense. Sorry. Yeah, I should have. Maybe you should have said comic book instead of that. But with that in the first one, right? They finish it off like that. Then in the second one with the Silver Surfer, he's literally just like picking himself, taking that material off, and then he's basically like a good guy. The general comes and is like, hey, boo, boo, boo. You know what I mean? Like, it was done so horribly. I think they butcher him. Even in the new Fantastic Four they butchered him again. Like, eventually you gotta do it properly. I don't know. I don't know who
that character is. Victor Von Doomed to make a big screen, bro. Like, this man's
Keon might.
Nobody can do him right.
There, Isaiah. Hobgoblin is Isaiah's favorite. Yeah, Keon is huge on Hobgoblin. I know he's trying to pick up all the books, first, second appearances of him because he's really down believing in that for sure. Yeah, you know what? Going to my number 2, Dylan, I have Dr. Doom as well, but just to give an honorable mention, I would say Apocalypse.
Yes.
Again, I'm going to go with the comic book one, though. I'm not going to go with the movie because I refuse to kind of have that movie in here. I don't think it existed. It will never, be something that I talk about because that movie was just garbage. They messed him up completely. I don't know how you can get rid of we had Thanos for like 5-6 movies, and then you have Apocalypse. He's one and done. So, I mean.
One and done.
Buddy, man, they didn't even they had like the whole celestial ship they could have done. This character.
She is taken over.
Yo, what's the first appearance, bro?
That's pretty. What's that first appearance?
That's the key issue.
Yeah, one day, right? I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, right? Growing up with those 90 cartoons, I always say commercial. With those 90 X-Men, I just grew up knowing that Apocalypse was badass. I didn't really think they were gonna butcher him and do it, one and done. And the way they did it, I mean, he collected everybody, which seemed in like a day. He was just like, "Hey, come with me, let's fight." And then it was like, oh, okay. So I'm like you, Dylan. I'm trying to focus on the comic version, not so much.
I mean, you can understand his motive, right? He was one of the first mutants, possibly the first mutants, right? And he believed in survival of the fittest to such a degree that he thought that war and violence would speed up evolution to make humankind stronger. That was amazing. That's
because
amazing
he's
motive.
also the first mutant ever, though.
Yes, true. But he could have just stopped right there. He's like, nah, man, we need more of me. We need more of me.
Thanks, Burke.
Hey!
Burke, I did apologize at the beginning of the live chat for going at the same time, so I apologize for
Pow, pow.
interview. Yeah. You know what? Evan's got a good I hope Mr. Sinister is butchered in the future. Yeah, you know what? I don't think so. I think the way they did Apocalypse, they're going to do Omega Red. I am on the Mr. Sinister train. I think he's going to be here for a few. There's a lot of people who are betting on Omega Red. I think he's a one and done. You know, that's why I'm not even bothering with that book. I know a lot of people are messaging me. They're like, oh, you know, you should do that in an X-Men top whatever. No, it's I don't know. I mean, get it. It's cheap. I know people that are picking it up for like $20-25. But I just don't believe in the character. And, you know, like I said from the beginning, I'm not really going to tell you guys or kind of motivate people to buy things that I don't really recommend. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. I just know that he knows every time we go on a hunt, every time we go to a store, the one book it seems like two lately, but the two books I'm really picking up is X-Men Annual 14, the first cameo appearance of Gambit, and then X-Men 221, which is Mr. Sinister. I think I have like 4 or 5 copies now. It's just a book I think is really going to be something that once he drops is something that we'll be seeing for a while. I think he'll be like the next Thanos kind of thing. So, you know, who knows? Burke was streaming. Yeah. I think we went at the same time. So, yeah, I think we got our times mixed up because he put like 7 p.m. Eastern time. So I just assumed, you know, it was okay for me to go at 8, trying to be a nice guy. Okay, so I did my 2. So Keon, you're number 2.
My 2 was Magneto. So I'm going to have to go to the vault.
Okay.
I have to pick out
that don't know,
honorable mention.
Dylan put Magneto at number 5. So usually what I like to do is have honorable mentions, characters that we could talk about if one of us already talked about it. So yeah, go ahead, Keys.
Okay, so this honorable mention comes from a movie that is debated to be firstly, this is the first appearance of a sleeve. Okay, this is the first appearance of a sleeve. Get that clothing line out. Send me a tank because I'm running out. Buddy.
This is a medium. Okay.
Schmedium, buddy. Schmedium from the kids section. I see you, buddy. I see you. So,
go ahead. Let's go.
Number 2 came from a movie that was kind of debated. Some people liked him. Some people liked the movie. Some didn't. I was a huge fan. Man of Steel. I thought that was one of the best Superman movies done. Personally, I don't really like Superman though. So General Zod will be number 2. He's the exact same power.
All time. You're gonna put him that low.
Bro, see.
Oh wait, yeah. Okay.
It's honorable mention. It's honorable. It's honorable. He was nowhere on my list. So I was like, you know what? I can't forget about this guy.
Yeah.
He is Superman without like a moral code. You know what I'm saying? Like he only looks out for his own kind. He's like the physical equal to Superman, and Superman has to think outside the box to beat this man almost every time. That's why he's an honorable mention. See, Man of Steel. Yeah.
I like the character that they used in the movie. I thought he was he was badass too. He's always been one of those characters. The actor
Neil Tazard.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty well done. Yeah, for sure.
Buddy, the best death scene, bro. Man, cracked the man's neck. That was amazing. That was what I loved about it.
Yeah. Again, another guy that was like one and done too, right?
Right.
Now,
so he's an honorable mention.
Now, I don't know if we've had this conversation, and maybe the chat might go a little crazy on this, but are we ever going to see Lobo in a movie?
I hope not.
Yeah.
I hope not.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's one of those characters they won't do right. He'll look corny. He won't fit.
I don't know why, but like sometimes I'll see like old pictures of Kiss, and I see Gene Simmons or something, and I always think of Lobo like that. I don't know why. Yeah, it's like the first thing that I always think about. And then when I see the cover of the book, right, like it's him like on this like motorcycle or whatever, and then there's that girl that's hanging up. I just, for whatever reason, I always think of Kiss. Well, it's just a book that I've always just passed. But yeah, Carlito's right. They did do him in a show. I heard they did him pretty good, pretty accurate. A lot of people have always been specking, again, from the comic collector and investing. A lot of people have always said, jump on this book, jump on this book. I don't think so. You can still get it very cheap now, and there's no talk of him. I don't think it's going to be a book that is going to be like Ultimate Fallout, where you're going to regret it in like a year or two because it's like a $2,000 book. It's not. Okay, hold on. Isaiah's giving us his list. So his was the Hobgoblin, Green Goblin, and third villain is Venom. We talked about Venom. I don't think he's a villain, to be honest, but he is a badass character. So,
but when he was, this man made a dent in the universe.
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay, so now we're at Mr. Freeze's number 1 pick.
I feel like we all have the same number 1.
I don't think it should be.
Is who?
I was gonna say that. I don't think it's.
I think we all have the same one.
It is Joker.
I don't think we do.
Joker. That was mine too, bro.
Joker. Yeah.
That was mine.
Yours is okay. What's yours?
Mine's Joker.
Oh, it is okay. So yeah, we all got Joker. No surprise there.
Yeah.
None. Bar down, best villain of all time. Polar opposite to Batman, but pretty much the other side of the coin. One needs the other. It's the perfect balance. They have like a weird love relationship. They like, oh my God, they depend on each other. One's chaos. One, oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. They got possibly 3 incarnations of the character, depending which, where you're going on this one. I mean, oh my God, Joker, hands down.
I mean,
hands down.
What's going on, Lasso? Yeah, I think Joker's just an iconic, villain. No matter how bad any of the movies are, we still talk about him. I know, like, I'm older than both of you.
But he's had more good adaptations than bad. He's probably only had one bad adaptation.
One. Buddy, you got to play Leto.
The only thing that I will say is, when I was growing up before Heath Ledger, everybody was like, Jack Nicklaus.
Nicholson.
I remember when they were saying that Heath Ledger was going to play him, or just the fact that they were going to do a Joker. I remember the world like flipped upside down. They were losing their minds. Like, they wanted to like kill people. Okay. And now, I mean, I don't think you have that argument. I think it's like Heath Ledger and then Jack Nicklaus. Like, Jack
Nicholson. You're butchering
Nicholson,
that
bro.
name,
Oh, sorry. Am I? I don't know. Jack Nicklaus?
Okay. So we got. Oh, you're funny. You're funny. So we have Jack Nicholson. We got Heath Ledger, right? Joaquin Phoenix came in and did a great interpretation. But
it has nothing to do with
Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill in any animated series and anything he's done, the Arkham video games, takes that cake by far. By far, Mark Hamill. Shout out to Troy Baker for trying to laugh like Mark Hamill. Good job, though. Could be a replacement, but
good thing all 3 of us had Joker as number 1. I didn't know that was going to happen, but yeah. The only Joker I think I did not like, and I think you guys know, is
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto. I didn't understand why they like. There's that club scene where he's got like all those chains. He's got the grill. He's got the tattoos. I'm just like, man, what? Like, that's not. I get they're trying to get with the times and stuff, but it's like, yeah. Unpopular opinion: Jared Leto is the best. No, I can't. Yeah. Mark Hamill. Yeah. Yeah. The laugh. I mean, I think the laugh is super iconic.
No, good joke.
Newbie, you need to just watch the story from any of the Arkham games. Matter of fact, all the Arkham games, bro. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah.
No, I remember watching the show growing up. Stuff like that. Mark Hamill to this day is my favorite dude. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Even Joaquin Phoenix, like, what are they gonna do with that? Like, how are they gonna join that up? I mean, it's all solo stuff. It doesn't join up with anything, right?
I mean, the whole thing possibly was in his head anyways, so they could do anything at that point in time.
Yeah. There was points in that movie where I was kind of like, oh man, like let's speed this up, or like something happened. It was one of those movies. I don't know, man.
Okay, so the premise of Joker is one bad day. One bad day can change anyone.
I'm with
that
Carlito.
Movie was perfect with that.
I separate both, Carlito. I separate both. If you have an appreciation for Caesar Romero, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's I think it's Heath Ledger, to be honest. I really like what he's done. Just the fact that it's never going to be able to be, replicated.
Oh,
right?
Shout out that kid from Gotham, that show, man. He did a really good job, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he was amazing.
Okay, so now we got two votes for yeah. The Joker was overrated. Caesar was great for that time. Yeah, and I think it comes down to like every generation thinks their generation's the best. I mean, if you ask people in 1860, they're probably like, oh my God, well we have hay and horses, right? And I remember growing up, me in the 80s and early 90s, and I was like, oh man, we got Lego or whatever. I don't know. It's just like every generation thinks that theirs is the best, so you're always gonna have this.
So with the Joker, right? 3 different incarnations. You have the trickster clown prince of, that's like the old time, if you will, Mark Hamill, Cesar Romero. Then you got the criminal leader, which is more so the Jack Nicholson, the Jared Leto, the more organized with all the goons. And then you have the psychopath, Joaquin Phoenix and Heath Ledger, and a few others. Like I can't remember the run where he staples another man's face to his face. I cannot remember it. It's on the tip of my tongue right now. But those are the 3 different Jokers. Pardon?
I can't remember the one you're thinking about.
I can't remember what it is either. He staples the face. Those are the 3 different Jokers, and you have to respect every one. Jared Leto would have came in on the second one, but it wasn't given, his just desserts.
And you got to remember too, like Jared Leto, when that movie came out, he was actually pissed off because he was told, or he thought that it was going to be like he was going to have screen time. Like he thought he was going to have like 20, 25 minutes of screen time. He ended up having, I think, 3 minutes in total, maybe less. So
that's brutal. Brutal deal.
Let's see here. Not a fan of the Joker movie. Makes him seem like a little bitch, and the Joker does need validation for his craziness. That's what makes him the Joker. Yeah. To be honest, I don't know if a lot of you guys know, I'm a rehab counselor for mental health. So like even watching that movie for me, it was just kind of like, I don't know. I felt like I was at work, to be honest with you. So like for me, the movie kind of was a little slow. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. I never, put anyone's opinion down. If you liked it, hey, great. If you didn't, hey, great. It just wasn't my favorite. It was almost like, and I hope Bert doesn't hear this, but even Power Rangers, the movie, right? Like it takes them till the end to morph. Like why can't we see them morph like a couple times, right?
Bro, but like in every episode, it takes them to the end to morph too, and then they come together, and then come on now.
One or two of them morphs like before they do like the big fight and things like that throughout, or they had the ninja suit, things like that. I don't know. I didn't like how they waited till like the last, and same with Joker, like until he shot somebody or it became like really good. It was kind of like near the end.
True, but it was a slow progression or degression technically into madness. Like that was perfect, man. It's perfect.
Okay, Titus, which movie didn't you get? The Joker with Joaquin Phoenix? When did that come out? I think it was the fall, right? Like October, Halloween, right?
Buddy, you remember when movies used to be a thing? Crazy.
Yeah, that should be a whole different segment. Like, hey, what is it?
Yeah.
Like? I think the guys in the U.S. though, there's some states that they open the
theater.
Yeah.
To play reruns? Like, what are they going like?
I don't know. The last 15 minutes of Joker is the entire. Yes, thank you, Austin. Thank you. Yes. Did anyone check out The Man Who Smiles? Can't remember. I'm gonna say no just to be safe. Joker. Oh, okay. Wow, that's crazy. When I think of like Japan and Asia, to be honest, like China, Japan, I always think that they have the stuff before us. Really. I've actually never seen the Power Rangers movie.
If you got an hour to burn.
Nah, you don't. you're not really missing anything. They missed a lot of key things. You know, I don't know. It wasn't the greatest thing, but you know, just if you're growing up in that era, you kind of want to watch it. You kind of want to see it because it's something that you grew up watching, right? You're just trying to get your hands on it. Worth a watch. Yeah, definitely. I'm not saying it's terrible. I just, you know, looking back, I wish it would speed up. Like if I was watching it now for the second time, I probably would maybe, you know, fast forward like 15 to 30 minutes. So, you know.
Yeah.
That built up the score for the cinematic. Freaking yeah. Like I said, I think the U.S. has their theaters open in some states. I think California might be one of them. I'm not sure. Yeah, Carlito, the new Power Rangers, the one where, spoiler alert, at the end, I think the Green Ranger is supposed to be there. He kicks like a wall or something, but that's already what 3 years ago, I think. Right? 2-3 years ago?
Yeah, that was a while ago now.
Yeah. Yeah, I just never caught it. Yeah. No, noob. Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't my thing. They just had too much going on. I think Goldar, they kind of butchered Goldar in my opinion too. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Rita Repulsa though.
And Rita Repulsa.
Fire.
No. Elizabeth. Yeah, Elizabeth Banks. Yeah, she was. Yeah, it was all right. Even to this day, though, I don't really think.
No, brutal.
Bryan Cranston being Zed, I'm like, nah, I don't know. I think it was just because I still in my head had him as, you know, in Breaking Bad kind of thing, but you know, whatever. So, do you guys got any more honorable mentions, or is that it for villains? Did we all tackle?
Man,
yeah,
I have one more. Unfortunately, when the name popped in my head, it wasn't the comic book incarnation. Now, my list isn't like the strongest, most powerful, because we can go on with like Darkseid, we can go on with a bunch of others. But the way that the MCU portrayed Killmonger is probably one of the most complex villains that they unfortunately didn't make more than one movie. But I mean, there was so many different roles that he played in that movie. He went out with an agenda, and his last line, his last monologue, saying he'd rather die than become a slave. Like that was, I butchered it, but you get the gist of it. That was so powerful for me, man. And I mean, what villain comes on screen and you're like, all right, I see the swag dripping. I see you right now, and I'm on your side. And he just stole every scene in that movie for me, man. Like unreal.
Before I have an honorable mention too that I want to kind of talk about. I was kind of hoping that one of you guys would have it on your list, but I'll answer this. Yeah, Carlito. So Mr. Freeze, myself, and Key Issue, we are from a city that's close by Niagara Falls on the Canadian side. So yeah, we're pretty north, but we're also on the border. I mean, we're about 25 minutes away from Buffalo. You know, 40 minutes on a plane to New York. So, you know, it's pretty close to the U.S. A villain that I want to talk about, and if you are into the comic collecting, if you are into the just speculate, I mean, it's not even speculation at this point because we know he's coming. Galactus.
Yeah, see, I felt like that was just too obvious.
I was expecting to see him on one of your guys' lists.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I had him on my list, and then I changed him, thinking, you know what? I think Keys would probably have him. I think, and again, I don't think Galactus is a one and done character either. If they do, I think they're butchering a lot of potential things down the road. But I mean, Galactus is badass, and if you're coming just solely on the comic book collecting side, the comic book investing side of things, that 48, 49, even 50. Those 3 books where he comes in, even that iconic, I think it's 75 or 77 with the red. I mean, all his books are selling. It's a very popular book to get, but yeah, I just think he's badass. He's got a lot of characters that he brings with him, you know, Silver Surfer, Terrax, the Terror. Who else? I think there's one more. I can't remember. He's Galactus ain't a villain. He's a force of nature. Yeah, that's true too.
That was my argument. That's why he's not on my list, man. He's just too much of a force that it doesn't resonate with me, man. It's not one of those villains I could take away and, you know.
You know what? Actually, Isaiah, thanks for bringing it. I'm surprised none of us really have a lot of
Spider-Man.
We talked about the Venom and we talked about the Carnage, but a lot of us didn't have the Spider-Man villains like Doc Ock, Scorpion,
Dr. Octopus, Rhino. Those guys could have been honorable mentions.
I knew you'd say Rhino, bro. I knew you would say Rhino.
I love Rhino.
You know what? I've always
Rhino's my dad.
And solely on the comic side of things, I've always thought that first Rhino appearance was always funny. I just always pictured this like big jack guy in like this skin tight gray suit, just like running at things. But yeah, he just reminds me of like Juggernaut, to be honest with you. I always kind of just put the 2 and 2 together because all they do is just smash their head into things, right? So I don't know. I thought for sure somebody would say like Scorpion or Doc Ock. You know,
Doc Ock is
Kingpin
too.
Sure. I thought somebody would say Kingpin.
Riddler, Two-Face.
Riddler, you know what? Riddler, I was going to put him on my list, and then I thought, you know what? He doesn't really have anything. I kind of want to do a list, and I kind of want to talk about, like, villains or characters that don't have like, any power, but they're still, like, badass. You know what I mean? Like,
you mean like Condiment King?
Yeah, that's just, yeah. Yeah, do you have it? What is that? ASM 41, I believe, right? And I like it because it's a white cover, but if any of you guys have seen that cover, I don't know if you have Keys or Freeze, but like it's a white cover, but there's barely white, and then it's just a Rhino just really all over the whole thing. So yeah, it's a good book to have for sure. I eventually think we're gonna see him. I'm a big believer in the Sinister Six stuff. That's one book that's eluded me. I just can't justify paying almost $3,000 for a book. So, all right, guys. Well, I think that's it for us. We got through our top 5. I don't know what the topic will be for next week, but we'll announce it. Again, thank you for joining. If you haven't subbed up, sub up. I'm giving 2 books away once I get to 750. If you're in the States, if you're in Canada, it doesn't matter. I'll be shipping it regardless. So make sure you hit the sub. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. I appreciate you guys for staying an hour. We had like 19 to 22 people at our highest peak. So thank you. And yeah, guys, always comment. Like I said, I love hearing the feedback. If you guys have any characters, villains that you guys want to talk about, for sure, let us hear, because we're probably going to get off and be like, oh, shoot, I forgot this one or that one. So it's always nice to, hear some feedback. So, yeah, I'm out. Keys, you got anything you want to plug?
I mean, low key, next couple of weeks, might drop a little video and definitely some behind the scenes footage of you, you know what I'm saying, on our hunts and whatnot. But possibly I'm going to go away for a few days, so I don't have time to work on it. An origin story of your boy Key Issue, you know what I'm saying? So watch out for that if it does drop.
If you guys haven't been following, me and Key have found a few collections that we've been going through. So we've picked up a lot of good books. The videos are coming out shortly. We're just kind of timing them with everything that's going on, birthdays, summer, things like that. So we're just kind of trying to get everything in order. But yeah, we've already kind of filmed and grabbed some stuff on 2 collections. I think we got like 2 or 3 more. So yeah, just stay tuned in. It's always fun. And, if you see us jump, cry, laugh, those are all natural because, some of the books we find in the wild are just crazy. So, Freeze, you got anything you want to plug?
Nothing. Just, whenever you guys go for your next run, take me with you. I'd love to go for the ride.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, they're fun. Actually, it's kind of funny because me and Keys went for one of our first ones. I think it was like 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
And, I remember passing by a book which was Thor 5 in this comic book store. The guy he kind of knew me, and he's like, "Hey man, if you want, I got 8 copies. I'll just give you a deal." And I said to Keys, I'm like, "Hey, should we grab them?" He's like, "No." We grabbed the one. And today we went to a collection, and the guy was just like asking asked if we had it because he was willing to pay like 25 to 30 bucks a book. So yeah. Sometimes, you lose, sometimes you win. So, but yeah, definitely guys, stay tuned for the videos. Again, thank you for joining me. Don't forget to hit the subscribe, like, notification, and you guys will be seeing me shortly because I do have a live coming with Sana again. We're going to be doing, I think, anti-heroes or something like that along those lines. I think it's on Friday. On Thursday, I have my part 3 of Women in Comics. So stay tuned for that. All right. So we're out.